Welcome to the Cancer Support Community. If you or your loved one is touched by cancer, you have come to the right place.
The Cancer Support Community is an amazing resource for either yourself personally or somebody in your family. It's a cheerful, hopeful place and a place where you can really be yourself.
Having cancer is something that nobody can appreciate unless you have cancer. Your family and friends often refuse to accept what you have to accept as a cancer patient, that there's a possibility I might not make it. And that's where the strength comes to make it.
The Cancer Support Community saved my life, and that's why I'm here. I came in, just as low as I could be. I figured I'd never see my grandchildren.
My mom is a stage 4, she's a breast cancer patient. It was metastasized to her lung, hip, spine, and brain. The thoughts running through my head were endless, I didn't know what was gonna happen next. The thought of talking to people wasn't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to talk about my feelings. I tried it out and it was amazing.
The first thought I had was, why would I want to be in a room with other people with cancer? But I went, and it was quite amazing because there was a man named John in my support group. He was dressed in gym shorts and he was talking about his running and his track. You would never have known that he was going to pass away, and he knew that.
Having 2 younger children, I was really concerned for them. I was concerned for my husband as well because he was my caregiver.
He and my mom sat down to talk to my brother and I about how she had cancer, and at first I didn't really know what that meant. I remember being afraid because I thought it was something where overnight she would just be gone, and I knew I was greatly mistaken there.
I was able to ask questions from the people that had already been going through their treatments. So by the time I was in my doctor's appointments, I had a lot of questions for them. And they were more forthcoming with more information for me.
I was a wreck before Cancer Support Community. I was in total denial.
I had cancer in my esophagus. It works out to a 3% chance of survival. And I became extremely depressed and just sat and sat and sat, watched television, ate, didn't even do my laundry.
Just talking everything out, it helped me wrap my mind around it, and having people here who understood what it was like was just amazing and honestly life-changing.
What I found was that all of my anxiety and all of my fears became normalized. It was okay to feel the way I felt, to feel the sense of terror. The group could reflect back to me that I was in the place I should be, as frightened as I was, but that I could get through this.
It helps to kind of unpackage the black box of the depression or the PTSD or whatever you're going through.
When you're first diagnosed and you go into the doctor's office, you don't hear half of what he says, and you don't know what to ask him.
It's the people who've been through that can share with you that, Bob, I've been there. I know what that feels like. I know how I got through the next 2 weeks waiting for those darn test results, and I can share it with you.
When you're diagnosed with cancer, and whether you're working or it's your family, it does put you in, it puts you in a state of crisis.
The hard part in the early stages is waiting for results. Literally was driving me crazy until I came here.
It's one of the things that we're passionate about, addressing and providing those services at no cost.
They all had a sense of gratitude. They all, even though we're in a tough situation, they're grateful for every day.
There's just this community, this family, and you can say anything and everyone understands.
It's a place not only where you have the interaction, but it's a place where you have activities to learn how to get back your life. Because you don't want to be in bed. You don't want to be staring out the window thinking, I can't do it. And you're going to get people that say, oh, you have cancer, you should just rest. You should just sit there. And yes, we need rest. But we need to recapture our lives.
At the Cancer Support Community, we deal with the human side of cancer. Our bodies have amazing healing mechanisms, and here you can jumpstart your immune system and your body's own natural healing. If you participate in your fight for recovery, you will improve the quality of your life, and you may just enhance the possibility of recovery.
Even if you've done all the tests and there's no medical basis for maybe what your patient who is a survivor now is experiencing, there's an emotional component to wellness in the body that isn't to be ignored.
There have been studies of patients in support groups comparing them to patients who were not in support groups. And in general, the patients in the support groups do better and feel better while they're undergoing treatment for cancer.
Psychosocial services are key to the treatment of cancer patients. We talk about stress as a general issue that family members and cancer patients go through, and when those are addressed, the entire family does better.
We have a great deal of evidence that stress can adversely affect the immune system. Many of the most exciting new areas of cancer treatment involve altering the immune system so that it more effectively can attack cancer cells. There is, fortunately now, in many cases of cancer, a very realistic likelihood of long-term disease-free survival.
We provide a variety of programs here.
Yoga, Zumba, mindfulness.
I teach the meditation class here at the Cancer Support Community. It's basically relaxation and guided imagery.
The guided imagery, when we go in there, she would give us ways to help relax.
Basically, I'm teaching people how to reduce stress, how to use their mind to help them in a positive way.
There are things like harp, music, watercolor, knitting. We have a couple of different things that we're able to offer to kids and teens. We have a kids circle that's available in a couple of different locations.
We get to talk about our feelings and even if it's not anything about our parents or my mom, I can just say like how my day was.
We cried together, we laughed together. It's just a really open place, and it's a safe place too.
We would be with other kids who were affected by cancer that had the same uncertainties that me and my brother did.
I think it was helpful for me that they were in kids group because I myself had an opportunity to speak with their leaders and be forewarned of things to expect from kids when a parent is going through something traumatic, because it's just as traumatic for them without us really knowing.
I really love it, and it sure did help me a lot. I kind of just expressed my feelings with other people that kind of have something similar to me. I knew that other kids have the exact same feelings as me, and that I could relate to other people and that they could relate back to me.
It really helped him because he was able to meet kids that moms were survivors, or moms, moms don't just die, they fight and they continue to prevail, and I think that's one of the things that's helped him.
We also annually have a Dear Cancer It's Me essay contest. By writing about it, they were able to identify some of their own issues and also sometimes connect with others.
One of the traditions that we have recently created is the butterfly event. At a certain time, we'll all go into the garden here and we will release the butterflies and hold good thoughts for the people that we are honoring. We offer our wonderful workshops by experts in their field. Many oncologists talk about different treatments, the latest approaches to cancer.
I loved listening to the oncologists and the radiologists and the surgeons and the nutritionists that would come. I felt those programs were invaluable.
What's important about coming here is that you don't have to feel pushed into it. It's sort of when the person is ready. The Cancer Support Community is there.
I'm very fortunate to say that my mom's a cancer survivor, and I'm confident that it was because of all the support and all of the friendships that were made here that she was able to get through it as strongly as she did. With technology coming out, every day new discoveries being made, there's always going to be hope.
We're doing much better in our treatment of cancer. Patients are experiencing a longer life even after they've recurred, and a much higher cure rate. We're finding most cancers earlier and earlier. Women with breast cancer traditionally had all the lymph nodes removed under their arm, and that would result in limitation of motion, big swollen arm, nerve damage. So we devised an operation to identify the first lymph node to which cancer would spread. So now patients all over the world just get one lymph node removed and avoid that major operation.
It is going to be a hard journey, I think that we just have to take one foot at a time and take it day by day. And so no matter how many times you get knocked down, you just got to keep getting up and moving forward.
There is no cancer that hasn't been beaten by someone. So as long as you're in the fight, there is hope that you will survive.
It was very hard. We didn't know if he'd survive, but he did. He survived, and he's now 3 years out. You may think that you don't need this. You don't need to talk to anyone. You don't need a group, but I think everyone can benefit from it.
It did save my life, and for that I am forever grateful. This was 16 years ago. Wasn't supposed to survive 3. There's never a place when you are going through your diagnosis that there isn't hope.
I have just seen so many patients where it is clear that hope was incredibly important, not only in helping them cope, but I think also in helping them secondarily live longer as a result of that hope and that determination.
I had to ask my doctor, why do you think I am doing so well? And he says, Steve, I'm not really sure why, but whatever you're doing, please just keep on doing it. And that's when I found out that the cancer support community was really my secret weapon.
I am 30 years down the line now. I have seen 20 grandchildren, 8 great-grandchildren.
This place has helped me profoundly, and it helps so many other people.
I regard the cancer support community as one of the most important national resources that we have in helping people cope with cancer.
I want to give back to this organization tenfold because you guys helped save my son's life.
I don't think I'd be as happy or positive as I am. They really shaped me to be the person I am.
If there's one thing that I can honestly say is that I'm stronger than I ever thought I was.
Give it a shot. Don't be scared. This is a great community and you can always come and talk.
So I hope you and your loved ones will come back, and remember, no one has to face cancer alone.